In 2009, Bitcoin was born as a hedge against central banks, money printing, and government bailouts. And ironically, 16 years later, the UK government is preparing to sell billions of pounds worth of Bitcoin to bail itself out. You can't make this up. So, Chancellor Rachel Reeves is staring down a £20 billion budget hole. Gilt yields are at 5.5%, which, as you can see here, is the highest since 1998. Growth is weak, inflation is sticky, and tax hikes are politically toxic. So, what's the plan? To sell the Bitcoin. The UK Home Office, working with law enforcement, is looking to offload at least £5 billion, over $6.5 billion, worth of seized Bitcoin. The bulk of it stems from a 2018 seizure of 61,000 Bitcoin from a Chinese Ponzi scheme. At the time, Bitcoin was worth $6,000, but now it's worth over $119,000, as you can see behind me. The hoard is worth more than £5.4 billion. And it could plug a major fiscal gap, but here's the kicker. This is the exact opposite of Bitcoin's founding ethos. Bitcoin was created so governments couldn't weaponize money. Yet today, the UK is building a centralized crypto realization framework to do just that, to turn confiscated Bitcoin into cash. They're treating it like oil under the ground, and they're not alone. The U.S. Marshal Service holds over $3.4 billion in seized Bitcoin. The Trump administration has vowed to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Nigel Farage is calling for the UK to follow suit, establishing a national Bitcoin reserve. But Labour has rejected the idea, claiming Bitcoin is too volatile to be a sovereign asset. Yet they're happy to hold it, only to sell it when the price is up. That's the core irony of G7 governments holding Bitcoin, and Jesse Myers on Twitter said this best. Even when they do, they can't resist selling the Bitcoin to take profits. That's why they'll be among the last entities on Earth to adopt Bitcoin as a Treasury reserve asset, because in their mind, it's just another bag to offload in tough times. They fundamentally misunderstand what Bitcoin is as an asset. Rather than viewing it as the long-term solution to a core problem they've been facing for decades, they view it as just another speculative asset to sell when times get tough. A near-term solution, rather than a long-term solution that could do away with the majority or all of this problem for good. Just like the United Kingdom sold all of its gold at the bottom of the market in 1999, the UK now risks doing the same again with Bitcoin, flipping a scarce monetary asset for short-term relief. And let's not pretend this will be the last time. The bailouts will never stop. Governments don't cut spending because they can't. If an actual rocket scientist, one of the smartest men on Earth, Elon Musk, couldn't get the US to tighten the purse strings, no one will. Spending will rise, deficits will deepen, and when push comes to shove, they'll either print more money or sell off the assets they hold, namely Bitcoin. Either way, it's bullish for Bitcoin. More supply hitting the open market means more Bitcoin for the public to buy and more Bitcoin to be held in the hands of long-term holders, and more fiat debasement means the price keeps marching higher. In the end, governments might be selling Bitcoin, but they're also fueling the very thing they're trying to cash in on. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and, of course, reshare so more people can see this. And, of course, check out Horizon. Horizon lets you stack Bitcoin using your home equity without new debt, more monthly payments, interest charges, or term limits. You can check that out at joinhorizon.com or by scanning the QR code right there. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon.